even while this confrontation and this meltdown between India and Canada continues to escalate, things are very different, as you heard Terry say, between India and the United States. Well, the US has now claimed that they are satisfied with India's cooperation in the allegedly foiled assassination plot of Khalistani terrorist and Sikhs for Justice chief Gurpatwant Singh Pannu, this joker over here. The US claims that New Delhi had informed the United States that the individual who was accused by the US of directing the assassination plot on US soil is no longer an employee of the Indian government. Take a look at this report. Very important.
The Modi government is having an all-out diplomatic war with Canada, with toes heading towards defreeze. But India is much better off when it comes to Canada's Five Eye partner, US. In the probe into alleged plot to kill Khalistani terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannu, India has reportedly informed the US about its action of arresting a former RAW official, Vikram Yadav, who was named by the US as CC1, a key player in the murder plot. Yadav is no longer employed with Government of India and is out on bail. Reacting to India's action, the US expressed satisfaction over progress made by India.
They did inform us that the individual who was named in the Justice Department indictment is no longer an employee of the Indian government. We are satisfied with the cooperation. It continues to be an ongoing process. We continue to work with them on that, but we do appreciate the cooperation, and we appreciate them updating us on their investigation as we update them on ours.
India has sent a probe team to the US to coordinate with American security officials in the Pannu probe. India maintains that there is no official sanction for any kill plot. An Indian national, Nikhil Gupta, who was allegedly recruited by Yadav, was arrested in Prague earlier this year. He has been extradited to the US to face trial. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, I want to bring in India Today's Gaurav Sawant, who's been tracking the story very closely. Gaurav, this is an extremely important development. The United States, which had talked about expecting cooperation from India on the Pannu case, has now on the record said it is satisfied, with the cooperation. India has also announced that, one particular person of interest, has apparently been removed from employment. Does this close the matter as far as the Pannu issue is concerned between India and the US?
Well, as of now, the US has said that they're satisfied with the progress. But when you talk about the Five Eyes, they look at this very differently, especially when it comes to the Canada issue. But let's just separate the two. If we were to specifically talk about what's happening in the United States of America, the US followed due process and due process of law. The indictment came through the Justice Department. A court case was launched. Investigations were carried out. Based on those investigations, India was contacted and India was asked to take action. Based on that evidence, India carried out own investigations and certain action was taken, and there is due process of law being followed even in India. So look at the difference between the two countries, Shiv. America followed due process of law, went through Justice Department, went through court, and then approached India. When it came to Canada, it was just a claim, so-called credible allegations made by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. And even today, the Ministry of External Affairs in India says from the 23rd of September 2023 or from September 2023 till date, Canada has shared no evidence with India, given India not a shred of evidence of what investigations have been carried out in Canada. The meeting that's also supposed to have taken place in Singapore between officials of the RCMP and the NSAs of the two countries, no evidence was shared with India. And according to sources in the government, we are told that certain information, total confidential information between two NSAs, that was leaked out to the press in Canada. And that just shows, one, immaturity or desperation of the establishment that private conversations, secret conversations between two members of governments on two sides are being leaked to the media in such a way by Canada that would suit their interests and not facts. Even there, the fact that no evidence has been shared with India was not given out by Canada. So it just indicates, Shiv, that as far as Canada is concerned, it's following a political case for Justin Trudeau's desperation and survival. When it comes to the US, they follow due process of law. So that's the distinction.
This is clearly not going to be over. The Five Eyes, as Gaurav very importantly pointed out, are still there. They've put out their statements. The US has said it is satisfied, but the matter isn't closed just yet, and we will continue to track it. Gaurav, thank you very much for that. Now,